I chose the scenario, betrayed by a best friend. Longtime friend steals his idea, partner, or position. Now listen carefully, because this is a story of deep betrayal, silent planning, and finally, justice served cold. I was once a man full of hope, trust, and ambition. I believed in loyalty, in building something real with those I loved and trusted. My best friend, Mark, was like a brother to me. We started out together, dreaming of a future where we could make something meaningful, something that would last. We worked tirelessly, pouring our sweat and blood into our shared vision. I remember those nights in the garage, the smell of coffee mixing with the dust of our tools, the late hours spent sketching plans and sharing ideas. I trusted Mark with everything. My dreams, my secrets, my future. We had a bond that felt unbreakable, or so I thought. I had nothing but good intentions, a heart full of hope, and a desire to succeed honestly. But beneath that trust, a storm was brewing. One day I noticed Mark acting strange. He was distant, secretive even. I brushed it off, thinking maybe he was just stressed, tired. But then I saw the emails, hidden behind his computer, sent from an account I didn't recognize. His words were about stealing my idea, claiming it as his own, aiming to take the whole project away from me. My stomach dropped, my blood ran cold. I confronted him, demanding an explanation. Mark's face stayed calm, too calm. He lied, spun stories, told me I was overreacting, that I was paranoid. But I knew the truth. I saw it in his eyes, the guilt, the greed. It was like a punch to the gut, a betrayal so deep it fractured my soul. The pain was raw, the kind that eats at you late at night when everything is silent. I felt helpless, humiliated, and furious. But I kept my composure. I knew I had to be smart. I couldn't let him see my rage. So I withdrew into myself, quietly observing, gathering evidence, watching his every move. I started doing research, learning how to protect my ideas, how to outsmart a thief. I reached out to allies, people who believed in me, who knew my work. I immersed myself in the details, reading, listening, watching. I felt the cold bite of betrayal, but let it sharpen my focus. I hid my plans, kept my emotions in check, and slowly I built a trap. I knew Mark's ego was fragile, but he thrived on appearances and quick wins. I played my part perfectly, pretending to be the friend he thought I was. I watched him talk about his success, listened to his bragging about the project I had created. Every word, every gesture was data I stored carefully. I knew this day would come, and I was ready. Then the moment arrived. I scheduled a meeting, one I knew he wouldn't suspect. I brought him into a room filled with the truth, screens loaded with proof of his deception. Emails, messages, everything. As I revealed the evidence, I saw the color drain from his face, the shock, then the panic. I let the silence grow heavy, feeling the weight of his betrayal. I told him that I knew everything, how he had stolen my idea, how he had betrayed everything we built together. I watched him stumble, speechless, caught in his own web of lies. That was the moment I finally served justice. Not with rage, but with clarity. I exposed him publicly, making sure the truth was known. I took back what was stolen. Not just the idea, but my dignity, my confidence, my sense of security. That betrayal had almost broken me, but instead, it sharpened my resolve. I used it to fuel my comeback. I started my own company, one built on honesty, integrity, and respect. I poured my heart into every project, knowing that I had survived a betrayal that would have crushed most men. I became a mentor, a leader, someone who understood what it means to trust and to fight for what's right. Today, I stand tall, not as a victim, but as a man who turned his pain into power. I learned that true strength isn't just about muscle or money, it's about resilience, wisdom, and justice. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, know this. Never let that betrayal define you. Use it. Grow from it. Keep your eyes open, your mind sharp, and your heart courageous. Because, in the end, the real victory is not just getting even. It's rising above, stronger and wiser than ever before. And if this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe to this channel.